Hare Krishna, dear devotees, welcome. Welcome for our continuous discussion on Bhagavad Gita, Gita Gyan program, batch 5, the grand finale for year 2024. So today is 17th December 2024, 17th December, Tuesday. So we have gathered here to go through this summary of chapter 5. Okay, so as usual, before we start, let's offer our prayers. Our gratitude to all our spiritual master and the previous preceptor. Then after that, we will start the program. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapidam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Sva Padantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Uta Padakamlam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagarjadam Shahagana Raghunathan Vidam Tam Sajivam Satvaitam Savaduta Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakan Vidamscha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimadi Jayapataka Swaminiti Namine Namacharya Padaya Nitai Kripa Pradayine Gaurakada Damadaya Nagaragrama Tarine Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimadi Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pasacha Desatarine Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimadi Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Namine Shri Varshabhana Videvidaitai Kripabdaye Krishna Sambandha Viknanadaine Prabhave Namaha Madhuryo Jvala Premadya Sri Rupanuga Bhaktida Shri Gaura Karuna Shakti Vigrahaya Namastute Namaste Gauravani Shri Murtaye Dinatarine Rupa Nuga Viruda Pasidanta Dvanta Harine Namo Gaura Kishoraya Sakshat Vairagya Murtaye Vipralambara Sambodhe Padam Pujayate Namaha Namo Gaura Kishoraya Sakshat Vairagya Murtaye Vipralambara Sambodhe Padam Pujayate Namaha Namo Bhakti Vinodaya Sachidananda Namine Gaura Shakti Sarupaya Rupanuga Vrayate Gaura Vir Bhava Bhume Stam Nidasa Sajjana Priya Vaishnava Sarup Bhuma Sri Jagannatayate Namaha Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubheva Paditanam Pavinebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Om Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namni Gauratise Namaha Panchatattvatmakam Krishnam Bhakta Rupa Swarupakam Bhakta Avadaram Bhaktakyam Namami Bhakti Saktikam Hariyam Tatsat Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Shri Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswati Vyasam Tato Jayamudire Nasta Prayesu Abhadresu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavate Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhagavati Naishtiki Hari Om Tat Sat. Hare Krishna. So today we continue our discussion. So yesterday we discussed about chapter 4. The title is the transcendental knowledge. Okay. So quick recap what we have read yesterday. So we have spoke about the spiritual knowledge of the soul and their relationship, and it's both purifying. Okay. And also we also understood the periodic descent of Krishna. So whenever and wherever there's a decline in religiosity, and to re-establish the religious principle, Krishna said he will descend yuge. Okay, millennium after millennium. And at the same time, we also understood the necessity of approaching a guru, a spiritual master. Example, what a big reservoir of water that can provide also can be provided by the small well. Similarly, we understood that the entire Vedas, we can, to study the entire Vedas, we don't have a lifetime. We also did studies, we also discuss about the 4 Vedas, Rig, Yajur, Sama, Atharva, and their extension, which is like a vast ocean. Okay, in that vast ocean. So if you want to study all these, it's not possible, but it's easier to approach a person who knows the purpose behind it. And how we should approach a guru? We should approach a guru through by submissiveness. Okay, we have to surrender to him, we have to serve him, and by doing that, the spiritual master can impart the knowledge unto us. Okay, so with that, so today we're going to start the next session. This is going to be very, very, very interesting session. So today we're going to discuss on chapter 5. So ISKCON Ipoh, along with ISKCON Ipoh Bhakti Yoga Center, First Garden Bhakti Yoga Center, and with collaboration with ISKCON Malaysia, proudly presents Gita Gyan, the essence of Bhagavad Gita, chapter 5. Let's take darshan from Sri Sri Radha Madhava. Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate, Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namaste, Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari, Vrishabhanu Stute Devi Pranamami Haripriya. So today we dedicate our program to His Divine Grace A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada, founder Acharya of the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. And this program is inspired by His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj, Guru Maharaj, Governing Body Commissioner, and also a spiritual master. And I dedicate this program to my very dear God brother, His Grace Anadi Jagannath Prabhu of Bangalore, ISKCON Shishadipuram, India. He is the creator and brainchild of the essence of Gita program worldwide. As I said before, now this program is very popular, especially in India. And now it became a big impact in Malaysia. And they have already started to practice, through my very good friend, Rashi Shekhar Prabhu. He's taken this program to Myanmar and translated all the slides into Burmese language. And I've got another dear friend of mine, Praglad Prabhu of Trinidad Tobago, which is in between North and South America. So he has started this program. And recently also through this, my mentor, His Grace Chiranjiva Prabhu, a Chinese devotee, he have encouraged devotees from Denmark to take up this program. Okay, and I think it's going to be translated into Danish language, and they're going to create. So this is a fantastic outreach program. Within one day, you could able to see the summary of the entire verse, so that it can nourish you. Okay, it can nourish you just like a trailer. You know, when before you watch the movie, you need to watch a trailer, right? So it nourishes you when you go for deep studies in Bhagavad Gita. Of course, you're expected to read and study your Bhagavad Gita and not just rely on this. Okay, of course, we are just going to we're going to convince you some or other why this is important topic. And so you will take up and also study. Okay. So let's look at today's Gita Mahatmya, or the glories of Bhagavad Gita. Bharada Mritta Sarvasvam Vishnu Vaktrat Vinishritam Gita Gango Dakam Pitva Punar Janma Na Vidyate. All right, again, it says Punar Janma. Punar Janma means our previous birth. So it says Bharada Mritta Sarvasvam, by drinking the Ganges water of Gita. Okay, by drinking the Ganges water of Gita, the divine quintessence of Mahabharat, emanating from from holy lotus mouth of Lord Vishnu, one will never take rebirth in this material world again. In other words, by devotional reciting of Gita, the cycle of birth and death can be terminated. Let's look at this. How inspiring this verse is, right? So it says by drinking. What does it mean by drinking? Okay, the Ganges water of Gita. Why they mention the word Ganges? Okay, say like for instance, the Ganga that comes down to this earth was instigated, okay, was done by this Lord Trivikram. The Trivikram, the dwarf boy, right, who come and ask for 3 pieces of land, right? So one is on the earth, second on the head of Bali Maharaj, and the third one, the legs goes up and break the shell of the universe. So once he break the shell of the universe, a crack from there, what river is that? Viraja, all right? There's a river from there. It comes down and it purifies the entire material creation, all right? From there, it comes out. That means by washing the feet of the lotus feet of this Lord Trivikram, okay? And from there, it comes down. So it started by him. It would come from his lotus feet, okay? At the same time, Gita is also considered a Ganga because it comes from the lotus mouth of Krishna, okay? So it comes from the lotus mouth. That means it's spoken by him, by his own words. The choice of all the verses that we see, that is the word of Krishna, okay? So there is no difference. See, like for instance, I and my name are two different entities. Okay, I and my body are two different entities. Okay, but Krishna and his body and his words are all equal, even the dress. All right, so that's why this is omnipotent. So drinking the Ganges water of Gita. Okay, what happened? The divine quiescence of Mahabharata, emanating from the holy lotus mouth. Yes, that's the word here of Lord Vishnu. One will never take rebirth again in this material world again. Okay, maybe tomorrow, or if say if we have time today, I will share with you the material universe. Okay, how the thing is created and everything. Okay, so we see this material world, to come out of this material world, it looks like it's not an easy task. It looks like a huge thing. Okay, so it takes a lot of effort actually. All right, so anyway, so in other words, what Krishna says, what Adi Shankara says, by devotional reciting of Gita. So by devotionally, okay, that means we devote, okay, when we recite the Gita, okay, when we devotionally recite the Gita, the cycle of birth and death is terminated. So the cycle of birth and death, as we have discussed yesterday, so there are 8.4 million species, all right, from the little germs up to Lord Brahma. Okay, there's so many varieties of living entities in between. Okay, like viruses, bacteria, up to the great mighty Lord Brahma. So in between this, the lowest and the highest, there's in between, there's so many varieties of living entities, just name it. And we have passed through every species of it. And this is a cycle. So every time when we take birth, we will get some new experiences, some new this thing, and it's been somehow or other we are so convinced. We are so convinced that this place is the truth. Okay, so it's very hard to break the cycle and cycle of birth and death. So, but now here it says, when we simply drink the Ganges water of Gita. Okay, so imagine if you want to go to India. Okay, it takes a lot of effort. You go to India. And after you go to India, you go to Ganga. And sometimes if you don't have the purification of the mind, you may see the dirt of it. You say, oh my God, look at the Ganga, so dirty. Oh, I can't go near. Oh, and some of the weather is cold. I mean, how? Because all this while we are so used to drinking this filtered water, right? We all, every home, I think almost 99% of the home in Malaysia, they have water filter. Huh? We don't like straight away drink from the tap as what we used to do before. So by doing all these, suddenly you go there, oh, how is it possible? Okay, how is it possible? And so you go there, you can't do that. Because we are not born and bred in India, so it might not be an easy thing for us. But at the same time, suddenly you feel like going to Ganga, or you want to take a bath in Ganga, say at 1 o'clock in the morning. It's not possible, right? You have to take a plane, go there. Even if you're staying in India, you don't go to Ganga at 1 o'clock in the morning. But whenever you feel like it, like you want to take a dip in Ganga, you just simply take your Gita and start to read. Say at 1 in the morning, it's considered that you have taken a bath and drinking the Ganges water. That is how auspicious is this Bhagavad Gita. Okay, that's why it says the cycle of birth and death is totally terminated. Okay, so with that meditation, let's start our program. So understanding the Gita, out of so many beings, out of so many human beings who are suffering, there are few who are actually inquiring about their position. Okay, there's so many people are suffering out there, and some people, they don't know that they are suffering because the suffering becomes so used to it. Okay, so that's only few people who are actually inquiring about their position as what they are, why they are put into this awkward position, and so on. Unless one is awakened, awakened to this position of questioning his suffering, unless he realizes that he doesn't want to suffer, but rather wants to make a solution to the suffering, okay, he realizes he doesn't want to suffer, okay, but want to make a solution for the suffering, then that person is not to be considered a perfect human being. Okay, so what does that mean? That means now I am suffering, now I'm having so much of heat, okay, I think the fan is not enough, so I go and create an aircon, so to create comfort in my suffering. Okay, I don't like to go on a bullock cart, so I create a car, because a bullock cart is so hard, so the car is much more easier. So we are bringing solution to the suffering. It is not considered a perfect human being, because our human being, the reason for the human being, it is beyond creating comfort to the suffering. You all understand? So what we want is, we want to question why I am suffering and where can I put a stop to it. Okay, not bringing solution. Okay, so humanity begins when this sort of inquiry, actually humanity begins when this sort of inquiry is awakened, okay, in one's mind. Okay, in Brahma Sutra, it's in this inquiry called Brahma Jignasa, Atato Brahma Jignasa. Okay, every activity in the human being is to be considered a failure. Every activity, okay, every activity of human being is considered a failure unless it inquires about the nature of the absolute. Okay, we see that all the activities that we have done, we have seen, in fact, not only us, our forefathers, even in history and all these things, all the things is considered a failure. Okay, that's why we are always thinking about creating more and more, modifying, what they call, we are trying to create more sophisticated stuff. So we think, oh, this is a failure, so I want to bring it, make it better, right? So all this considered a failure unless he inquires about the nature of the absolute. Therefore, those who begin to question why they are suffering, and okay, why they are suffering and where they come and where they shall go after death, is the proper student of understanding Bhagavad Gita. So we must always remember that. All right. In many tradition out there, okay, in some Abrahamic religion also, they say, do not question, just follow. Don't ask question, just follow. Okay, so this is what, so that means it comes under the tradition. Say, no, you shouldn't ask question, don't ask the validity, don't ask the question, just simply blindly follow. But here Krishna says, Prabhupada says, when a person start questioning, okay, we are not that's why you see, like some religion, they say that if you just convert to this religion, you go to heaven, guarantee. And there's no philosophy behind it. Okay, you just practice this, you go back. It's not that. All right, we are not, but while we are waiting to go back, we must know what is actually happening to us. That is intelligent. Okay, that is intelligent. So it's just like you're waiting for a bus. Okay, like, okay, nowadays I don't think so. You all are taking bus. Like those days when we go to that, we were traveling from, say, like from Ipoh to KL, Kuala Lumpur. I'll take a bus. Okay, I have to be there 15 minutes earlier, but the bus will come half an hour later. So while waiting for the bus, what will we do? We will just try to grab a magazine, try to get something to read. So while waiting for that journey, we try to do something. Similarly, while waiting for you to go to next level, we must question ourselves. Why am I suffering? Right? Some says, hey, you people got nothing else to talk about. Why you also talking so depressing thing? Why you're so negative? Right? Why you're talking about death? Why you're talking about suffering? Why you're talking about misery? Why the religious people got nothing else to talk? Sometimes they used to ask, right or not? But the reality is, this is the cause of pain in every human being, right? You can be the most successful man on earth. You can be a multi-millionaire. You can be the person who have achieved greatness in your life. But there is something that core in your heart, that there is thing which is still very painful. Like what Siuling Mataji is telling, she's a therapist who help people who having this depression and all these things. So the people are becoming, and they're becoming more and more rich, and they're becoming more and more depressed. My wife is working in PR hospital, psychiatric hospital. Now you see, the amount of patients are increasing is tremendous. More and more patients are coming in. Why? The modernization is actually degradation. We are getting degraded. Okay. Like I'm not sure about other places. Say the city that I'm living in, Ipoh. It's such a crazy government. All right. One part of Ipoh, they are destroying the hills. They are destroying the hills. All right. If you're coming to Ipoh, when you just about to enter Ipoh, you see an eyesore. You see the entire hills is destroyed. Okay, for quarry. So ugly sight. And because of that, there's a free flow wind, and that area, that people who stays around that area, they're suffering terribly because the free flow wind and everything. But in another part of Ipoh, they are talking about going green, going recycle, going keep the city clean, we recycle, try to reduce the emission, try to impose the emission rules to the factories. Oh, you shouldn't take out this much of carbon monoxide. You shouldn't let go this thing, must put a filter so that clean air will go, the environment. Isn't that a mad thing? One side destroying, another side is trying to keep it clean. All right. So that is the thing. That is modernization. Okay. The modernization is actually degradation. We are getting more and more degraded. We are getting more and more frustrated. So, but there's one advantage is these people are very intelligent nowadays, because now they do not follow the norm. They do not follow the tradition of a family. I was considered a person who was not a popular in my family because my grandparents both came from India. Okay. So being an orthodox, not an ordinary Indian, but a very orthodox type of Indian, very orthodox. We shouldn't ask any question. When they say something, we just blindly follow. So I was first to ask question. Why? You're telling this, what is the reason? Don't ask, just follow. Oh, why we should pray like this? Why? Don't ask, just follow. I was telling. I mean, then then I used to tell my mother and also my grandfather, the biggest mistake that you have done is giving me education. That's the biggest mistake you have done. Because education making me to have a critical thinking. Now the question I'm asking, because I want to know. So then I start to realize all these people are talking based on tradition, based on imagination, based on culture, which doesn't make sense. Therefore, that is what that I brought go into further research, that I ended up in this movement. So like that. So we should ask question. Asking question shows your intelligence is being triggered. Okay. Your inquisitiveness is triggered. We are here in this material world because of this attitude. That is our constitutional position. That's the attitude that we were created. All right. We were wondering, when we were in a spiritual world, we are all from spiritual world actually. But when we see Krishna is having a good time and all these things, so we're saying, how if I can have it, some kind of thing. So Krishna created an environment for us to enjoy. But the problem is we became entangled. Okay, just like we walk into a forest. There's a warning that says, do not enter. It's a dangerous place. But our inquisitiveness is so strong. I just want to go in. But after venture, until I've forgotten the path and what I left behind. So we became so entangled. At one moment, suddenly we realize, oh, why am I stuck in this forest? What am I supposed to do? Okay. So how am I supposed to go out? So we forgot our way out, because all route looks alike. And every path that you take, it seems to be very convincing. Yes, this is the path that I'm going to go on. But end up, you go into a crossroad again. So you're trying to go around and around, and you are stuck, and you're terribly entangled, in that forest. Okay. Then one day, so when we were wandering, suddenly a spiritual person or guide comes and he says, where are you going? Okay. The guide says, okay, I can take you out. I can take you out. Now let's go out. This is the way to go out. So we should accept that offer. And that offer is what Krishna gives in Bhagavad Gita. And who delivers to you? A spiritual master delivers to you. So the torch means that the torch, the obo, and the stick with the fire on top, the torch is the Gita. All right, that brightens the place. And the spiritual master is the one who hold the torch and take the path. And we simply follow the guide and we come out of that dense forest. But when we see, well, I don't feel like coming out because I still like to be here, and I like to be like a Tarzan. I'm enjoying myself with all these monkeys and all these gorillas. I'm having good time. I don't want to come out. So that is the choice that given to you. That's a minute independence. In Bhagavad Gita, chapter 18, text 64, something like that, all right? You will study as we go on. Krishna says, I have told you whatever I want to tell you. It's up to you, Arjuna, whether dwell on it, ponder on whatever I told you, and you make the decision. So in other words, Krishna is not forcing you to do things. Krishna said, I've told you everything. Now you to make a decision, whether you want it or don't want it. What Krishna says, do as you wish. So similarly, the same analogy that I'm suddenly inspired, just like when we are in the jungle, we are like a Tarzan, and we are living with monkeys and all these kind of wild animals. And suddenly a man comes with a torch, the torch of knowledge. The torch removes the darkness of ignorance. And he says, follow me. I'll take you out from this place. Okay. But he's not saying you must, he's not holding your hand and dragging you out. He said, you want, you follow me. Okay. The choice is yours. So we have to think, well, I am, whether I'm really having a good life here, whether I want to put a full stop to this and I want to get out from this place, it's your own decision. All right. So when we start to inquire, okay, so this is what, where we shall we go after? That means why I'm here and what is going to be my next destination. Is the proper student to understand Bhagavad Gita. The sincere student should also have firm respect to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, such as student was Arjuna. Okay. So with that thought, we start our chapter 5, Karma Yoga, action in Krishna consciousness. 5.1. Arjuna vacha sannyasam karmanam Krishna punaryogam cha shanshasi jakshaya etayor ekang tan me bruhi su nishchitam. Again, the word nishchitam. Nishchitam means in Tamil we call nichiyam. Nichiyamaga. So he's asking Arjuna say, oh Krishna, first of all, you asked me to renounce work. And then you recommend work with devotion. He said, renounce work. Okay. Renounce your work. Okay. Sannyasa, tyaga. All right. You say renounce work. And then again, you recommend work with devotion. You say, give up your work. Then after they work with devotion. Now, will you kindly tell me definitely, nishchitam, definitely, which one of these two is more beneficial? So Arjuna is keep dissecting, right? Whatever Krishna, he dissecting, he's going into so much detail. And that question he asked, so please tell me which two is more beneficial. Okay. Which two is more beneficial? That means he wants a specific answer. Okay. And 5.2, Krishna answers, Shri Bhagavan Vacha Sannyasa Karma Yogascha Nishrayasa Karahubau Tayostu Karma Sannyasa Karma Yogo Vishishyate. What he says? The personality of Godhead replied, the renunciation of work and work in devotion are both good for liberation. So renunciation of work, that means you stop doing anything, renounce, or you work with devotion. Anything you do it with devotion. Both are good for liberation. Okay, both are good. Then he said this, but of the two, to compare this renunciation and work in devotion, Work in devotion service is better than renunciation of work. So it's better to work in devotion. Okay, like some says, oh, I want to take sannyas. No, I want to renounce everything. No, I don't want to do anything. Okay, but what Krishna suggests, he says, but working in devotion is much better than renunciation of work. Okay, and 5.4, Sankhyo yogo pratakbala pravadanti na pandita ekangapyastita samyak ubayor vindate param. One, only the ignorant people speak. Only the ignorant speak the devotional service, which is karma yoga, as being different from analytical study of the material world, Sankhya. Those who are actually learned say that he who applies himself well to one of these paths achieves results of both. Okay, what does that mean? So Krishna says here, only ignorant people, I mean, those people who are ignorant, that means they have insufficient knowledge. They speak devotional service. Devotional service means what? Karma yoga. Okay, karma means activity. Yoga means linking with God. We are all doing service. We serve the public. We serve the government. We serve our husband, our children, our wife. All these are service. But when that service dovetail to Krishna, we call it devotional service. That means you serve with devotion. Okay, devotion means it's a spiritual idea, spiritual mentality. Okay, devotion. Okay, so that is called karma yoga. So only the ignorant people say that devotional service is being different from the analytical study. What is an analytical study? Analytical means the scientific, the difference between the body, the soul, the universe. All right. Only the ignorance, they say these two are different from the material world. Okay, of the material world. Of the material world. Okay, those who are actually learned, but Krishna says those who are actually learned say that he who applies himself well to one of these paths achieves the results of both. If a person applies to any of these paths, will achieve the results of the both. Okay, so what does that mean? Let's look at the next verse. 5.6. Krishna says, Sanyasastu mahabahu dukkam aptum ayogataha yoga yukta munir brahma nachire nadi gacchati. What Krishna says here? He says, merely renouncing, that means simply renouncing all activities. Okay, just simply renouncing all activities and yet not engaging in the devotional service of the Lord cannot make one happy. But a thoughtful person engaged in devotional service can achieve the supreme without delay. Okay. Okay. Now, see, Krishna says here, merely renouncing. That means, what does that mean? Simply renouncing. All right. You see that all the yogis who go into that Himalayas, all the forest, they're all doing a meditation and all this. All right. Cannot make one happy. Okay. That's why you see some yogis in Himalayas, they look very frustrated. You know, look at the face of the photo here. See how their eyes, I mean, we can say he's in a great transcendental, all right, but they're always very frustrated because they are trying to suppress their senses. Yes or not? Can you stop not seeing the thing that you want to see all the while? Can you stop not eating something that you love to eat all this while? Okay. There's a kind of addiction because the senses are very active. Okay. So, but renouncing means, that means you're stopping the senses. We must understand, energy can never be destroyed. Yes or not? In physics, we studied energy can never be destroyed, but energy can be transformed. Energy can be transformed, but can never be destroyed or can never be stopped. It will explode eventually. So similarly, so simply renouncing all activities, that means you're not doing anything. All right. You're not doing anything. Just renounce everything. At the same time, not engaging in devotional service to the Lord cannot make one happy. But after that, Krishna says, but a thoughtful person means the intelligent person, engage in devotional service can achieve the supreme without delay. So what we can understand from here, so simply renouncing is something that Krishna is not recommending. By the same time, he said, simply engage in devotional service. What is the devotional service? Whatever things you do dovetail to Krishna. Okay, like chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, studying the Bhagavad Gita, it's all devotional service. So when we engage in ourselves in that sign of service, all right, we can achieve the supreme without delay. So we can easily go back home, back to Godhead, all right? It doesn't take so much of effort. Then 5.7, Yoga Yukto Vishuddhatma Vijitatma Jitendriya Sarva Bhutatma Bhutatma Kurvanapi na Lipyate. So one who works in devotion, Krishna says, but one who works in devotion, who is pure soul and who controls his mind and senses is dear to everyone. Okay, the one who controls his mind and senses is dear to everyone. And everyone is dear to him. Though always working, such a person never entangled. So, the person who works in devotion. So, okay, what we can understand from here? The job that we do, we are going to work. Okay, as I said, the example I given, I think 2 days ago, we are going to work. We are working, and so that we get a salary. Okay, so in that course of duty, we might have done so many mistakes, sinful, karmic reactions. A lot of things may happen. All right. So when we take the result of that activity, the fruit of that activity, what is the fruit of that activity is the salary, the money. Okay, end of the day, you get a return. Okay, even in business, the transaction, you buy and sell. End of the day, what is your intention? Profit, money. So you take a portion of it and you offer it to Krishna. What happened? Your entire activity becomes devotional service. Even though that job is got nothing to do with devotional service. Right? So a person who are in devotional, who always dovetail everything to Krishna, he always try to keep things clean. He never over endeavor. He goes to work 8 to 5. He goes to work 8 o'clock, come back at 5 o'clock. And within that 8 to 5, he do his best because he's working without intention. Chapter 3, working without intention. All right? You just simply do your duty and you don't have any intention. Okay, what is the result going to look like? And what is the name and fame I'm going to get? So you utilize that moment 100%. Right? If you are a calculative person, you may think, okay, why not I just delay the work so I can do at least 2 hours overtime so I can make some overtime money. All right? It's intention. But a person who simply performs his duty, okay, for the sake of the duty, he will give 100% to that job. And in corporate world, the way to succeed, the way to climb the corporate ladder, because last time I used to do this kind of training, you know, the way that we climb the corporate ladder, how? By stepping on another person's head. The ladder, you know, the ladder tanga. So how you climb the ladder? By stepping on another person's head. Then you press on another fellow's head. That is how is a very typical way of climbing the corporate ladder. That's why in corporate world, people don't trust each other. When a person suddenly becomes so close, you'll be wondering why this fellow is becoming close. I'm not sure about now, but when I was formerly in that environment, we always are very doubtful. Why the person suddenly becoming very nice to me, very clear to me. Because to climb the ladder in a corporate world by stepping on another man's head. But when you do your duty for the sake of duty, you will never step on anyone's head. You just go there and perform your duty. If you get promoted, you just accept as the blessings from the Lord. If you don't get promoted, you just think, well, this is what Krishna desires. All right? Because if I'm going to get promoted, I'm going to have more responsibility. I might have no time to engage myself. So therefore, Krishna is not giving me this promotion. Let it be. So let it be. Right? So we don't get frustrated when we see our junior become our senior. When you see our junior get promoted, you don't get frustrated. You don't get, because you are dedicating everything to Krishna and you have no intention. Imagine when you work like this, you see even the success in your job is going to be tremendous. You know, the process seems to be frustrating. Okay. Oh, I don't have intention, but yet nobody's giving me any receipt. No, you don't worry. Krishna will take care. All right. So that's the thing. I mean, the person who works in devotion, when he start to work in devotion, he start to have all good qualities. Right? Naturally, you'll start to have all good qualities. Okay. So that person, So that means because he can control his mind and senses, because he knows I am doing this for the sake of the thing. Once I'm back home at 5, 6 o'clock, I immediately take my bath. I immediately go and do my little prayer, and I'm going to chant the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, and I'm going to read the Bhagavad Gita. And I'm going to go around calling my neighbor, calling the opposite person and says, are you happy with your life? No, let me give you something. Come to me. Let's discuss Bhagavad Gita. So you're going to go on. That means your real intention is to serve the Lord. Okay. But in your job, you don't have any intention. You understand? So in your work, you don't have intention, but you have intention when it comes to devotional service. So that means the intention is an energy. Now you have transformed the energy from your material way of life into spiritual way of life. So when you do this, you know what happened? You will be very dear to everyone. Everyone will trust you more. Everyone will be very dear to you. And you start to see the sincerity in people when deal with you. Because he knows they've got nothing to, there's no politics in you, there's no intention in you. So that person will be very distinct. So that means that's why he says, you will be very dear to everyone and everyone will be dear to him. And also Krishna continues, though always working, even though that you still perform your duty, maybe as a doctor, as an engineer, as a worker, whatever job that you are in, such a person is never entangled. He never gets stuck. Okay. Now, in 5:10, Krishna says, Brahmanyadaya karmani sangam tyaktva karotiya pipyatena sapapena patma patram ivam basa. Fantastic way Krishna explained. One who performs his duty without attachment. Okay. When a person performs his duty without being attached, at the same time, surrendering the result unto the Lord. That's why I say when you just give, you utilize your money for the sake of devotional service. Right? You're buying vegetables, you're buying fruits, you're cooking for Krishna, you're using that money to take for petrol, you drive an extra mile to talk to someone about Krishna, you are investing some money, buy some books, and you're distributing Bhagavad Gita to all the person. And you are maybe utilizing your phone, you're calling someone and talk about Krishna. Maybe you've put in some internet facility in your house so that you can watch YouTube video and you can see about lectures and all these things about Krishna. So that means you are dedicating, right? So that means when a person, that means you are surrendering the results unto the Supreme Lord, is unaffected by sinful action. So whatever job that you do is not sinful. It doesn't affect it. You don't get affected. Say while you're driving to work early in the morning, oh, you're late already, palm, you bang on dog, the dog dies on the road. It's karmic, right? And somehow you go park, and after you park, then after that the boss call you said, why you're late? Okay, you might have slept off, but you say, boss, jam boss, you're telling a lie, is karma, right? Then you go to work, all right? So you might have, maybe you carry some frustration, maybe you become angry and scold your subordinate. All these things is effect, cause and effect, right? But even though all these things that you perform, but the end of the day, the result you sacrifice to Krishna is unaffected by sinful action. You got it? So Krishna is not telling you to renounce everything and go to the forest or give up everything and come to the temple. No, he's telling stay where you are, perform your duty. And the result of the duty you sacrifice to Vishnu. Simple as that. And sacrifice to Vishnu means you're not asking to give away everything. When you're going to practice, your money you're using to practice your bhakti. End of the year, you get a bonus, say like 3 months bonus. So you take that money and they give you a long holiday. You don't take holiday in between. You take up all your annual leave. You pack it, right? Then he says, okay, boss, end of the year. Okay, the Chinese New Year usually get a big bonuses. And it's a big holiday. And they say, okay, now you utilize the money, you go to Vrindavan, you go to Mayapur. You go and perform your devotional service there. You go and do some charity work. You go and offer, you go and help in building of this TOVP temple in Mayapur. It's going to be the biggest and huge temple in the world, right? Which you have never seen before. They are building that for the last 50 years. Imagine what type of setup they're going to do. All right? So like that. So that means you are sacrificing it, right? Stay where you are and perform your devotional service. Okay. So it's unaffected by sinful unaffected by sinful action. So that example Krishna gave, what? Padma patram evam basa. Padma means lotus. patra means leaf. Patra, okay, ivam basa. That means just like the lotus leaf is untouched by water. Even though the lotus leaf is floating on water, but there's no water can sit on it. It will just roll out. You see the leaf is always dry, even though sitting on the water. You all get me on this? Any question? If you understand, please thumbs up. If you don't understand, please ask question. This is very important. Okay, that's rather than understood. How about others? Okay, someone? Others got it? Revati, very good. Okay, so I hope you understand, eh? Madhumita, oh great. Hi, Hare Krishna, Madhumita. Oh, thanks for coming. All right, now, now it's like this. So that means it is while sitting on the water, you are untouched. All right, now, in 12, what Krishna says, Yukta karma palang tyaktva shantim apnoti naishtikim ayukta kama karena pale sakto nibadyate. So the steadily devoted soul. Okay. A steadily devoted soul, okay, attains unadulterated peace. Okay, let's see this. That means a steadily devoted soul. The soul, I mean, the person who is steady in devotional service, okay, soul attains what? Unadulterated peace, because he offers the result of all activities to me. Whereas a person who is not in union with divine, who is greedy for the fruits of his labor, he becomes entangled. He becomes entangled. Oh, sorry. Okay, he becomes entangled. Okay, now let's look at this. So, yukta karma palang tyaktva shantim apnoti naishtikim ayukta kama karena pale shakto nibadyate. A steadily devoted soul. That means a person was steady in devotion. Okay, what he achieves unadulterated peace. That unadulterated peace means, adulterated means what? Polluted. Okay, say like for instance, they say in English, they say the food is adulterated. Okay, when you see a vegetarian food and suddenly you see some traces of egg in it, we say that food is adulterated. Okay, it is not in an original situation. There's a tainted. Okay, what do you call in Tamil? That's one word I've forgotten, right? It's tainted. Okay, it's tainted. That means just like if you see a white cloth, you see a dot of blue ink. You know, it's tainted. You understand what I mean? All of you understand? Okay, I hope you all understand. Huh? So just like tainted, that means there's a blue dot in a white cloth. Okay, so we call it as tainted. All right. So unadulterated peace, that means the peace that you're going to achieve, it's unbelievable. And what peace we call this? We call it as a bliss, bliss. All right, bliss, because bliss is something that you can never be defined. It is unbelievable feeling. Okay, happiness you can see, but the bliss, okay, okay, let me. Okay, so we see it like bliss. Okay, so unadulterated peace means it's a bliss, right? It is something that can never be defined, can never be understood. It's just like example I gave, if a person who had never eaten sugar in his life, you cannot describe the taste of a sugar. Yes or not? Sweet, sweet, sweet. Yeah, not eaten sweet. What can I do? Say, come, open your mouth and put it inside. Nah, put it. Ah, that is sweet. All right, that is sweet. Okay, now I understand. All right. When you see people who are happy, you can see from their expression. They'll be shouting. Oh no, you can see so much big smile. They see a big, huge smile. You know, the way they walk, we know, oh, this person is very happy, right? Suddenly the fella get a job, or he strikes some big money in lottery, or Or say if he's going to get married, sometimes when we see a person who are getting married, you can see his face all totally different. I say, wow, in normal way, in Tamil, we say, Kalyana Kalai. Kalyana Kalai. Kalyana Kalai Vandricha. That means the look of a marriage, something. Okay, when a person get married, they look so different. That is happiness. Can be seen by person. I can see you are happy. I can see you happy by giving a big smile, big laugh, this and that. But the bliss is something that is within you that you can never define. All right. It doesn't express out with this kind of happiness, shouting, jumping, and all this. It is full satisfaction. You feel so satisfied. You go to sleep, you sleep very peacefully. You wake up very peacefully. When you see someone, someone say bad about you, you will never get angry. When people say that is called bliss. So when a steadily devoted soul attains unadulterated peace, can you imagine? Which is not possible in Kali Yuga nowadays. It is not possible at all. But Krishna says, yes, it's possible. All right? Unadulterated peace. Because why? Why he get that unadulterated peace? Because simply offers the result of activities. He offers the result. All the activities that he does, he offers the result to me, Krishna says. So how we can start our day actually? First thing, you wake up early in the morning. All right? You go to the altar. You go to the altar, you see Krishna, dear Krishna. But what happens if you don't have an altar? It's okay, no problem. The Bhagavad Gita is Krishna himself. There's no difference. All right? Because Krishna says, I am this book. I am this Bhagavad Gita. All right? Can you see or not? Okay. So I am this Bhagavad Gita. Okay. There's no difference. Okay. So you just keep a Bhagavad Gita and simply surrender to Krishna. Just follow. Like in Tamil, we call Ulundu Kumaradu. Just obeisance. Offer your obeisances. And just say this, Krishna, I am offering this beautiful day to you. Because this day is given to you. Every day is a unique day, right? Once this day is gone, it's gone forever. You can never come back to that. Huh? So you just say, first thing early in the morning, you say, Krishna, I offer this day to you. Any good things or any bad things that is happening, it's all on your own your decision. So I offer my life. This day, on 17th December, I'm offering this day to you. Then, after that, you go, you come back. Then after that, you said, okay, so that is how you being always grateful, gratitude, you offer your day. Okay, the food that you eat, you offer it to Krishna. All right, you just cook nicely, you just offer it to Krishna, just say, oh dear Krishna, I'm doing this for you. All right, so I offer to you. Then you eat the prasadam. Okay, then after that, whatever things you drink, everything just offer to Krishna. That means because he offers the result of the cooking, he offers to Krishna and have it as prasadam. You offer the result of your job, when you make your money, you offer that money to Krishna for performing devotional service. When I go to the nearest temple, okay, like I think this Madhumita, she's from Chennai. You go to Chennai ISKCON and get some Bhagavad Gita, 1 or 2 Bhagavad Gita, and you take it and go and see someone and says, do you think you're happy? You see, just have Bhagavad Gita as your lifestyle. You read, you encourage people. So you offer your result, all right? Your income or whatever, all right? And offer the result of all activities, everything to Krishna, to me. But after that, Krishna says, but whoever who is not in union with divine, that means the person who don't have the divine or that spirituality in him, all right? Okay, who is not in divine, at the same time who is greedy, the person is very greedy for the fruit of his labor. That means he's so greedy. I earn, there's some money, and I take the money, that is my money. Okay, now say suddenly the boss says, okay, year 2025, 2024, we all had a good business. Everything was good. So from 2025, I will increase 20%. There's a 20% increment in your salary. Wow. 20% increment. If I make 10,000 ringgit, it's going to be extra 2,000 every month. Right? Say like if it's in India, if you get 1 lakh rupee per month salary, 1 lakh, you're going to get 20,000 rupees extra. Wow. So what we do? Immediately we start to think, okay, since I'm going to get extra 2,000 a month, what should I do? Ding, 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 ding. Okay, I think I should change my car. Okay, because extra 2,000. So what I will do, I'll try to get a car like, say, Toyota hybrid car, so I can save in petrol, I can do this. Your mind will start to create this kind of illusion. Yes, I want to change a car. Maybe I pay extra 1,500. I've still got extra 500 to save. All right. Or maybe I should invest in another house. All right. Maybe I buy a house for what, like a 500,000. Okay, in Malaysia, Malaysian money is 500,000. So that means I need to pay a 2,500 in installment. Okay. So that now I've got extra 2,000 income. I just add on another 500. I can have another new house. After 5-10 years, I can sell off the house. I can earn at least another 300,000-400,000. So all these kind of things, that means these are the people who are greedy. That means when they get the thing, they start to plan. Where can I expand? So these are the people becomes entangled. All right. Entangled. All this I'm speaking to you based on my own experience. Own experience. The entanglement, it's unbelievable. All right. So it's like that. So I'm not saying something which is not practical. So any one of you agrees to what I say, you can thumbs up, or you can talk to me. Okay, so you agree to me. Yeah, you can ask a question. Yes. Okay, Krishna Rubini, you are very young girl, also can agree with me. Very good.
Hare Krishna, sir.
Hare Krishna.
How are
Because
you, sir?
I'm good. Very good.
I miss your last week class at Namahat Center.
Yeah, no worries. This Thursday we will do our Namahat program.
Hopefully.
Yeah. So that's the thing. Entanglement. In Tamil, we call sikkal. Sikkikaradu. Sikkal. When you take a cloth, when you take say like you take there's a thread. You take the thread. You take few threads. You combine, turn into a cloth. So once the things turn into a cloth, can you take that original thread out? Can you just simply like remove the thread from the cloth? It's all entangled and turn into a cloth. And how are you going to take it out? It's terrible. Right? So that's why Krishna says, simply offer everything to me. Dovetail. Okay? Great. Okay. Now, then 5:13 Krishna continues. Sarva karmani manasa sanyasyaste sukang vashi navadvare pure dehi naiva kurvan nakarayan. Sarva karmani. Sarva means sarva, everything. Karma means activity. All right. Sannyasa, renunciation. Manasa means mind, mentality. All right. Then Navadvare. Nava means 9. Dvare means whole. Dvare. Navadvare. Dvarangal. In Tamil, Dvarangal. So Dvarangal, right? So Dvare means whole. So Nava means 9. Pure Dehi. Dehi means body. This body. Naiva Kurvan Nakarayan. When the embodied living beings. Okay, first of all, do you all remember what is embodied? How many of you don't know what is embodied? We have discussed that before because it's very important for you to understand this. If you don't understand, you can thumbs up. Or sorry, if you don't understand, you can put your hands up. I will explain again. If you understand, I can continue. Don't feel shy. I love people asking me questions. You all understand what is embodied? Encapsulated by the gross body. Correct. Very true. That's the thing. Oh, okay, Dasarathan, can you tell it in a simple English? What example you can think of? Are you there, Dasarathan? Yes, someone say something. I heard someone is unmuted. Yes, Vanita Mataji, yes.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. It's
Yes,
like the yolk inside the egg.
the yolk inside the egg? No.
Okay.
More simplified. Yeah, it also can say, but there's something that the Vedas simplify it. Soul covered by gross body. Yes, I understand. Soul is covered by gross body, but what is that analogy? Any idea? Okay, let me tell you. The bird, someone says, Swarupa. Kesavan, you're becoming very philosophical. Very good, very good. The bird in the cage. You all remember that? The bird in the cage. So what we call the bird in the cage, we call it encaged. Do you remember? Okay, I'll put in a group chat. Encaged. C-A. Okay. The bird in the cage, we call encaged. Okay. All right. So the soul in the body is called embodied. Okay, we soul embodied. That means the soul stuck in a body, embodied. Okay. So when the embodied living being control his nature. Okay. When the embodied living being controls his nature, right? When the embodied living being controls his nature and mentality and mentally renounce all action. Okay. He resides, he stays happily in the city of 9 gates, which is called the material body. Neither working nor causing work to be done. Okay, now let's look at this. So when we say the embodied living being, that means the soul that's stuck in the body is called embodied. The soul that has been put into the body, we call embodied. Like the bird is put into a cage. All right. What they call in Tamil a cage. Right. Okay, the bird put into the cage is called encaged. The bird has been encaged. The animal has been encaged in the zoo. When you go to the zoo, the tiger is encaged. So that means the tiger stays in the cage, right? Yes or not? So that means, okay, so that means the embodied. That means the living that embodied control his nature. How he controls his nature? Can the nature can be controlled? How? How to control? So what he do is simply surrender everything to Krishna. So by surrendering, you are controlling the nature. That means you don't have any other thing. So everything belongs to Krishna. So you surrender. That means controls his nature. At the same time, mentally renounce. Not physically. Mentally he renounce. I just do my job for the sake of it. All right? Right? So I'm just doing my job for the sake of it, but I am renounced. Although I am here, but my mind is absorbed in somewhere else. All right, mentally, what they call renounce all action. What happened? He resides happily in the city of 9 gates. What is that 9 gates means? The human body got 9 holes, 9 gates. 1, 2 eyes, 2 nostril. Right? There's 2 holes here. Okay, 2 ears and a mouth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Then 8 and 9 is your anus and genital. Right, the place that we evacuate and the place we procreate, right? So these are the 9 holes. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9 is your genital and also your anus. All right, these are the city of 9 gates. So the person can live in a city of 9 gates happily. Navadvare pure dehi. Naiva kurvan na karayan. So he lives happily in the city of 9 gates. All right. So naiva means no. Kurvan. Kurvan na karayan. Karya na karya. Karya karta. Karya means activity. So naiva kurvan na karayan. That means neither working nor causing work to be done. That means he doesn't cause work and doesn't work cause to be done. That means there's no action and reaction. Because he simply renounced everything. Even he's still doing his job. You all understand? Any questions? If understand, thumbs up. No, because I need to know, because I can go very fast. But, right, that's another great. Okay. Okay. Okay, now let's look at the next one. Okay, there's a message here. Yes, Cancer, right? Okay. So now there's in 5:18. Let's see what Krishna says. Vidya Vinaya Sampanne Brahmane Gavihastini Shuni Chaiva Shvapake Cha Pandita Samadarshana. So we must remember this verse very nicely. Especially now we are in the place where the politicians has turned into an atheist, especially when we are from South India, especially the South Indian descendant, and specifically those who lives in Tamil Nadu. All right, in Tamil Nadu, we have a government which is so demoniac. They want to destroy Sanatan Dharma, like Stalin and the son, what is his name? Udayanidhi. All these people are becoming so atheist, and they are start to follow the ideology of Periyar, another rascal who created a big trouble in this Vedic system. Because they say the caste system, Jadi Veri, the caste system has created imbalance in the society. All right. And in Vedas, it's mentioned, especially in Bhagavad Gita, it's mentioned the higher caste gets a better opportunity, and the lower caste has to be discriminated. The low caste have to stay outside, and the high caste plus has to be worshipped. All these kind of things that they created. And they say, therefore, destroy Sanatan Dharma once and for all. Like Udayanidhi is telling the son of the chief minister said that, I think a year ago. I think this year, if I'm not mistaken. Such a rascal. But now let's see what Krishna says in 5:18. Vidya Vinaya Sampanne Brahmane Gavihastini Shuni Chaivashva Pake Cha Pandita Sama Darshana. Equal eye, Pandita, educated one, Sama Darshana. He says the humble sage by virtue of true knowledge. Okay. By what? By the virtue of true knowledge. See with equal vision a learned and gentle Brahmana, a cow, an elephant, a dog, and the dog eater. Dog eater means what? Chandala. Chandala means outcast. That means there's a caste system, okay? They are out of this system. They are out of the community. Chandalas. Right? So what he says here? So a humble sage, that means the sage who is humble, okay, the humble sages, that means the one who have already got the true knowledge and they are always in bliss. They see, and by virtue of true knowledge, the correct knowledge. So when you see someone talking about this caste system, we understand that person doesn't have the right knowledge. All right. Why I can tell that? Because as I said, my grandfather and my both grandparents from India, Paramakodi and Madurai, and they are very orthodox. I came from a very orthodox Chettiar family, and we are so orthodox. We should do this, do that, do this. I'm the first to go against them because I said it is not mentioned in the Shastras, especially Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. All right, and even Chaitanya Charitamrita. Chaitanya Charitamrita is even fantastic. The Chandalas, the Malichas, the meat eaters, also can be converted into a pure devotee of the Lord. There's so many evidence in Chaitanya Charitamrita. And now Krishna also says here very simply, a person who have true knowledge, okay, when they don't have a true knowledge, they will speculate. So what happened? They see with equal vision. They see everyone equally. The learned and the gentle Brahmana, a brave Brahmana, a cow, elephant, and even a dog, and also along with the dog eater. All right. They see everyone on an equal vision. And what is that equal vision? Because everyone has the spiritual spark in their heart, the spiritual potency in them. All right. In every living entity. All right. Vidya. Vidya means knowledge. Vinaya, the true knowledge. Sampanne. All right. Brahmana, the Brahmana, Gaivi, Hastini, Shuni, Chaiva, Swa, Pake, Cha. So, and all these people sees the Pandita, that means the really educated one, sees everyone, Sama, Darshana. Sama means equal. In Malay also we call sama, right? Itu dengan ini sama, sama-sama, right? Sama means equal, even in Malay language. So sama. Darshana. Darshana means sight, equal. Okay? So we can understand from here that this Bhagavad Gita it speaks, if you don't have a correct knowledge, that means anyone who speaks about this, we understand they don't have a proper knowledge. Okay? Now what's the time? Okay, so now it's 10:17 in the morning. So shall we just take a 3 minutes break? Shall we take a short break? Just a quick break. Is that okay? 3 minutes? Just get up, go out, stretch your leg, have a water, and come back 3 minutes later. Because after this, I'm going to explain to you about the senses. All right, it's going to be a more interesting topic. So we just take a short break. Hare Krishna. Okay, so we understand from here. Okay, we see everyone with an equal vision is the one who are properly situated in knowledge. Okay, now let's look at 19. Ihevaitir Gita sargo yeshang samye stitang mana nirdosham hi samang brahma tasmat brahmani te stita. Those whose minds are established in the sameness and equanimity, that means the person with the equal vision, right, have already conquered the condition of birth and death. Okay, they are flawless like Brahman, and thus they are already situated in Brahman. So what we understand from here, okay, that means, in other words, we see here, those who are minds which is established in the sameness, all right, they see everything and equanimity. So they take things, everything easily, and they see everything with the equal vision, like just now. Okay, just like just now, we saw that person, a Pandita, with his who has that equal vision. So they see everything in sameness and equanimity. So what is that advantage they have achieved? They have already conquered the condition of birth and death. These are the people who have conquered the condition of birth and death. And how they look, they are flawless. Okay, like Brahman. All right, like Brahman. And this, they have already situated in Brahman. Or in other words, Brahman means liberation. So when a person who can have this kind of mind, so even though he's alive, even though he lives in this embodiment or in this condition of life, he is considered liberated. Liberated in this body itself. All right? Okay. Now, then 522, Krishna says, Yehi sangsparsha jaboga dukkha yonaya evate adyantavanta kaunteya nateshu ramate buddha. So what Krishna says here, an intelligent person, a person who have intelligence, right, does not take part in the source of misery, which are due to contact with material senses. O son of Kunti, such pleasures have the beginning and an end, and so the wise man does not delight in them. So in other words, they say, an intelligent person, okay, the person intelligent, does not take part in anything that can create misery, that the person can suffer the consequences, which are due to contact. How the misery starts, where the misery comes from, are with contact with material senses. All right, we have material senses. Okay, such pleasures, that means such pleasure that you want to derive from your material senses, all right, such pleasures have a beginning, it starts, and also got an end. It also come to end. Okay, and so the wise man does not take delight in them, or that means, in other words, temporary. Okay, example, when you look at this this thing here, is called what they call what is the word? Moth, M-O-T-H, or in Tamil we call easel. All right, it's a kind of fly that always get attracted to beautiful light, bright light. sometimes at night the moth will come, terrorize the house and everything. So the moth is attracted by the sense of sight. So whenever it sees a bright light, it goes there. So when there's a fire, when there's a fire, they say, oh, fire, look at the fire. It just go in, pop, it dies. The moth dies because of fire. And how we subdue this moth? Sometimes we put a pail of water under a bright light. We put a light on top, we put a pail of water, and the reflection, the moth will be flying. Hey, there's some light at the bottom, and just go in and get drowned. Okay, it dies because of the eyes. Right, and this is a kind of, the day the Prabhu told me the name for this. It's a kind of deer. I'm not sure what is the name, I forgot the name. It's a kind of deer. And how an expert hunter hunt the deer? By playing the flute. When they play the flute so nicely, this particular animal will get attracted to the sound. And it will come very near where the source of the sound. And the hunter will shoot. That means, in other words, that this animal dies because of the sense of the ears. It says so nice music, it just follow and get killed. When you look at this hole, inside there's an elephant. So what happened? How to trap an elephant? So they dig a hole, they put something on top, and they put a female elephant there. So the male elephant says, ooh, who's this girl, sexy girl? Ah, it just come rushing to that ditch and fall into the ditch. And the elephant get trapped. So what happened? The elephant attracted with a sense of touch, like the sex pleasure. Sense of touch, it become entangled. Right. The third thing you see here, there's a bee and there's a lotus flower. And the lotus flower inside, there is a very fragrant, fragrance will be emanated. So what happened to the bee? The bee will be saying, wow, what is the smell, What is the smell? So it just go into this lotus flower and get intoxicated. Okay. Wow, so nice smell. It just stays there. But at night, what will happen? The lotus flower will close back. So when the flower closes back, the bee dies inside. Okay. For the sense of smell, the bee get killed. And the third thing, the last thing is fish. In the river, it has everything. There's an ecosystem. It can simply survive in that river. But always the fish love to eat something different. All right. So when someone just throws something with a hook, they say, yummy, what is this, something new? And just go tap, pop, get killed. And the fish get entangled for the sense of taste. So these are the 5 tastes. So anything that is materially, anything that contact with the material senses, it is the source of misery. Why? Because it has the pleasure that have a beginning. Beginning, it looks so good, but also at the end of the day, it also got an end. Right? So everything in life, okay, like for instance, my own example is when I've started to have a nice car, right? When I first bought my Mercedes, I felt, wow, so excited. Wow. Very excited. But after that, when my business started to dwindle, I couldn't pay my installment. Then I sent the car for service. One shot, they charged 4,000-5,000 for service. I say, oh my God. So what happened? At the end of the day, I need to sell the car in a big loss. Okay. So beginning, I was so excited. But end of the day, it ends in terrible suffering. So what Krishna says, the wise man does not delight in them. Any questions? You all follow me? Thumbs up if you understand what I'm saying. This was all right. Great. Okay. So it's like that. Now this is the thing. So what is that we see? So how are we going to utilize our senses? Okay, how are we going to utilize? So the eyes, we use it to see the form of Krishna. The tongue, we use it for taste Krishna Prasadam. The ears that we use to listen about Krishna, like Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita. The flower, we use it to smell the flowers offered to Krishna. And the hand, the sense of touch, we can use it for the pleasure. I mean, to use to decorate the form of Krishna. Okay. Now, okay. So now, Okay, let me show you. Now, we have this thing like this. Okay, we have another layer. Okay, so now when you see, you are here. Okay, you are here, which is called, this is called the spirit soul. Okay, so you are the spirit soul, you are living here. Okay, and now this is called subtle body. Oh my God, just give me a second. It's a strong wind. Okay, this is a subtle, just give me a second. All right, so this is the subtle body. And the third one here is, we call it as the gross body. Okay, so this is the gross body. Okay, this is the gross body. So actually we are soul, we are inside here. We have the first covering, which is called the subtle body. We will discuss as we go on following classes. But let's talk about the gross body first. So in this gross body, we have these 5 elements. Okay, we have these 5 elements: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, which we call the senses. All right, there are total of 20, but we just talk about senses first. That means we talk about ears, all right, eyes, nose, skin, and the last one is taste, tongue. Okay, so these are the 5 senses that we have. Okay, so when we, oh, where is it? Okay, so when we look at these senses, okay, so under this gross body, so we have this thing, the 5 senses, which is called the eyes, that we see with the eyes, we hear through the ears, and the nose we smell, and of course the, what they call, the skin is touch, and last thing is tongue that we taste. Okay, so this is the 5 main senses. Of course, there's another 5, which is called the 5 element, 5 working senses, and 5 knowledge acquiring senses. Total are 20. All right, we will discuss this in detail in, I think, should be tomorrow's class. All right, please don't miss tomorrow's class, because tomorrow I'll be talking about, is it worth to commit suicide? What is that advantage and disadvantage of killing yourself? Where actually the pain starts, and what are you actually killing? All right, so now today I just give you a rough sample here. Okay, just like a trailer. Okay, so this is the gross body, and this is, we have the thing. So the gross body can be destroyed through these 5 senses. You all follow me? So that's the cause of misery. Okay, the cause of misery for a human being is when they get engrossed in these 5 senses. All right, we are sacrificing our life, we are working so hard to satisfy our senses. You got it? We are working so hard, okay, because we want to see, we got our eyes, we want to see something very beautiful. All right, So we build a beautiful house and beautiful girl. We want to marry a beautiful spouse. Or we want to go to other countries like what? Like Darjeeling or like Sweden. I mean, what they call Switzerland. We want to see something beautiful. So satisfy the eyes. Okay. And to satisfy the ears, sometimes we used to go for some concert like A.R. Rahman comes and visit Malaysia. We all go, want to listen to his concert. We are sacrificing a lot of our wealth, our fortune, just to go and listen to some nice music. Okay. And the nose, smell. So we are using all these expensive perfumes. I'm not sure you all have seen it or not. There are perfumes that can go up to thousands of dollars, ringgit, thousands. Okay. So there are certain perfumes. All right. So we are this thing. Okay. Sometimes why we want to put such a perfume is not to keep ourselves fragranted, but at the same time to attract others. Wow, 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 what a smell. Wow. Nose. We spend so much of money just to get this. Right. And for the skin, touch, sense of touch. Okay. We want to skin. Okay. What is the highest excitement in the skin is the sexual pleasure. Okay. So we spend a lot of money on keeping our body beautiful, very attractive, so we can attract the opposite sex and all this we spend a lot of things, right? And the tongue is the greatest of all in senses. Okay. You can control your eyes from not seeing things, fair enough. Okay. A person who are blind still can be happy. You cannot use the ears to hear things. All right. Okay. I don't want to hear any audio of this. Okay. Even a deaf people can be still happy. All right. Then the smell. Okay. Smell also I can control. No problem. All right. And the skin, they are monks, brahmacharis who are not very interested in sexual pleasure. Okay. That's fair enough. But the tongue, very hard to control. The tongue is the main culprit. The person get entangled in this material world. I'm not sure about other places. I think India also quite famous, right? Sometimes we go to the Facebook, we see, all right, the Indian foodie. They like to go all the roadside floor and see what they cook. And in India, one thing I start to realize, the consumption of egg is extremely high. Everything, omelette, this. So even in Malaysia, people are traveling. Say the place I'm staying in Ipoh, and the heaven for food, because the water here is so clean and pure. Everything that cook, especially in Ipoh, is very tasty. And people are traveling all the way from Penang, KL, Singapore, right? They're traveling all the way from Singapore, all the way from KL, Penang, all wants to come here just to eat. And people from this part of the world, they all like to go to Penang just to eat this nasty thing called nasi kanda, right? Where they take the rice and they put all the gravy, 10, 20 gravies, they put in all together. It looks like it's like a dustbin, right? All the gravy inside, they put the meat, they put everything, and they say, Pasti sur. I don't understand what is sur means, And people are traveling the world just to eat. They call themselves as foodie. Foodie, foodie. Right? The sense of the tongue is the worst of all. All right? So that's the thing. So we are all entangled and stuck because of these 5 uncontrolled senses. Okay? Now let's look at this. Right? So now what we're going to do, and say like a person who renounce, that means a person who are still in this material body, but they dedicate everything to Krishna. What they'll do, they dedicate all their senses in the service of the Lord. They don't go around eating this nasi kanda with all this kind of rubbish. But what they do, they prepare many varieties and they enjoy Krishna prasadam. They hear, listening to Krishna katha, which is so nice, so wonderful. They smell the flowers that are offered to Krishna. And they like to see the deity, the form of the Lord. And they like to use the hands, fingers to decorate the Lord. Okay. Now, in 23, Krishna says, Shaknoti haivaya shoddum prak sharira vimokshanat kama krodot bhavang vegang yasa yukta sasuka huki naram. What he says, before giving up this present body, that means before we give up this current body, if one is able to tolerate the urges, right? So what Krishna says, he didn't use the word curb. He didn't say like stop the urges, because we can't stop. It's not possible, right? He said, you don't stop. But those who could able to tolerate the urges of material senses, that can stop the urges of the material senses, and at the same time check the force of desire. That means checking the force of desire and anger. Okay, desire and anger, is well situated and is happy in this world. All right. So now, what does that mean? Now let's look at this. Before giving up this present body, that means before the person dies. Okay, if one can able to tolerate means what? The thing is there, but you just say no. You understand? Tolerate them. You can't avoid them. You can't stop your senses from that. Your eyes is there to see, your ears are there to see, your tongue is there to taste, your skin is there to touch, and everything is there active. But you simply tolerate them. And how the tolerance will come? How the tolerance will come? Let's look at this. So able to tolerate the urges, all the urge, the desire of material senses. So urge and desire, two different words. Desire means you are desiring. Urge means like you are dying for it. Okay, you want it very badly. Urge. So you could able to tolerate the urge of these material senses, the eyes and everything. Okay, at the same time, check the force of desire. All right. Oh, I got the desire. You're checking. No, I know all these unnecessary desire. You know, in Tamil, we say agalakale. You know, when you put there is the rule of a thumb, right? There's a rule of a thumb. You have to do within that rule of a thumb. If it's beyond, it's suffering, right? So can check the force of desire. At the same time, anger, krodha, kama, krodha. Okay, kama means desire. Krodha means anger. All right. So when these people are sa yukta, sa sukhi. Sukhi means sukha. In Malay, we call sukha means happy, right? Saya suka sama you. I like. So sukhi. That means they are happy in this world. All right. Now, let me show you this Upadesha Mrita from Rupa Goswami. It says here in his first verse, Vacho vegam manasa krodha vegam, jiva vegam udropasta vegam, etan veganyo vishaheta dhiraha, sarvam apimam prithivim sa shishyat. So that means a sober person means what? A person who is not agitated. A person whose mind is calm and composed. A person who are in blissfully situated. Okay? Who can tolerate? The thing is there, but you say no to that. Who can tolerate the urge of speak, the urge to speak, the mind's demand, the action of anger and urges of the tongue, belly, and genitals, is qualified to make disciple all over the world. Or in other words, a person, when you see all these in a straight line, the tongue, the belly, and the genital, all right? See the tongue, the belly, and the genital, everything in a straight line. So when a person could able to control it, he could make disciple all over the world. What does it mean by disciple all over the world? That means the person is perfectly situated. That means a guru means a person who got a very good quality so the disciple can follow. Or in other words, the perfect person, right? So he could able to make disciples all over the world. So the most important is the urge of the tongue, all right? And how we can tolerate, that means the urge of speech, and the urge of food and everything, we could just tolerate, we can be very successful in this life. 29. Then after that, Krishna continues, Bhoktaram yakna tapasang sarvaloka maheshwaram suhirdam sarva bhutanam nyatva mangshantim richati. A person in full consciousness of me. Now Krishna saying, a person, Bhoktaram yakna tapasam. That means a person who is fully conscious of me. Okay? Knowing me, Sarva Loka Maheshwaram, knowing me to be the ultimate beneficiary of all sacrifice and austerity. Okay? The supreme lord of all planets and demigods. Sarva Loka. Sarva Loka. Sarva means everything. Loka means all the planets. Maheshwaram. Maha Ishwaram. Maha means supreme. Ishwaram means controller. So Maheshwaram of all these planets and the demigods. And the benefactor, so here them Sarva Bhutana, benefactor of all well-wishers of all living entities. Jnatvamam Shantim. Shanti means peace. Attains peace from pangs of material misery. So these are the people achieves peace from this material misery. So there's one word that I would like to highlight here. Okay. Krishna says, Sarva Loka Maheshwaram. Okay. Or the Lord of all planets. We are sometimes affected by these planetary movement. When we go to the astrologer says the planet Sunny is sitting in this house, staring at that floor. Therefore, you got 7.5 Sada Sani. Or the worst of Sada Sani is 2.5 Ashtama Sani. That is even worse. Because the 7.5 years suffering, you get it in 2.5 years. Okay, Janma Sani. That means for the next 20 years, your life will be damn miserable. All right. And these fellows sitting there, Ragu, Kedu, Kedu will make it bigger, Ragu will make it smaller, and Ragu sits on your house of profit, all your profit will be diminished, and the Kedu sits in the house of health or the disease, the small disease will be magnified, look big. This kind of suffering every human being is going through in life, right? And that astrologer says, therefore, you go and do this kind of ritual, parigaram. You do this, you go to that temple, you pray. It doesn't work, my dear friends. When we are the conditioned souls sent to this material world, we are sent here to suffer. That's why this place is called Dukkalayam Ashashvatam. Dukkha means what? Suffering. Dukkha. In Malay also we call Dukkha, right? Alayam, place. All right, this is the place guaranteed suffering. So in this place of suffering, there's no way you can help it. So sometimes when we have this kind of problem, we go and look for astrologer and therefore give you some remedy. You go to this temple, you do this, you go to that one, you do this kind of remedy. It doesn't work that way. You understand? It doesn't work. Because when you are punished, you have to be sentenced. Say a judge, the judge sitting, all right, a person was caught stealing. Okay, a person caught stealing milk, example. It's quite famous in Malaysia, right? The people go to the shopping center, they have no money to feed the children. No choice, he go and steal a milk, a packet of milk, and he get caught. And the judge says, well, because of your crime of stealing that milk, therefore you are sentenced 6 months to jail. But then I start crying to the judge. My dear judge, do you understand? I am so poor. My child is at home crying. I don't have money. I don't have a choice. Please be merciful to me. I don't have a choice, my dear judge. My child is crying. I need to steal the milk because I am so helpless. And now you're going to put me in the jail. Then my child is going to die in hunger. Blah, blah, blah. I'm grumbling. Right? But what the judge will do? The judge can feel very sorry for you. Example, if I'm the judge, when someone come and tell, deep in my heart, I know you did because you're helpless. So sorry for you. But can that, because of that, the judge says, never mind, I can say, oh, it's okay. Oh, children suffering, pain, okay lah. Never mind lah. Can you just drop the case? I pay for your milk. Just release him. I can't do that. As a judge, when I punish that person, the person has to go through that punishment. You got it? But as a judge, as a human being, I can feel very sorry for him. Similarly, when we are under certain planetary influence, when you go and do prayer, example, when you have sunny, you go every Saturday, you go and put some oil, you go around the Lord Sunny and everything. Lord Sunny can be only sorry for you. But that doesn't mean your punishment has been, or the environment, the situation can be overcome. You can't do that. You still have to face the consequences. But now what Krishna says here, Sarva Loka Maheshwaram. I am the Lord of all the planets. But when we surrender to Krishna, what happened? Just like when that case, I was the judge, magistrate, I have sentenced him to 6 months imprisonment. But they went and put appeal to High Court. The High Court judge feels, yes, feel so sorry for you. Never mind. I'll reduce your sentence to 3 months. Or in other words, or maybe you say, never mind, I will release you with condition. Okay, parole. Every day you have to come to that police station and sign and make sure you behave yourself. The High Court can make the decision to release him. Similarly, when we surrender to Krishna, the environment is still there, but you can be overcome by the effect of this planetary system. You all understand this? So, as a devotee, we have no fear about this. I mean, of the environment is still there. The environment, the situation is still there. Example, on that particular day, you have a situation where you have to be robbed. Okay, you'll be carrying your handbag. You're going to that place. On this particular day, that person has to be robbed. That's written on his head. Okay. So what happened? But he surrendered himself to Krishna. So he went. She's walking. She went to the traffic light, the signal. She's waiting there, waiting to cross the road. Okay, she's carrying the handbag. Suddenly, a two thief on a motorbike, snatch thief, aimed you already. Look at the lady with the handbag. We snatch the handbag. Okay, so you are there, your handbag is there, very attractive, and the environment, the situation has been set. You are waiting at the signal or traffic light, and the thief are there, already aimed you already. Everything is set up. So now the thief take the motorbike, vroom, and the flock coming. When he was about to come near you, suddenly a policeman come and stand right beside you. Also wanted to cross the road. A police officer. When you're standing there, everything is set up. Suddenly the police officer comes. So what happened? The flow comes, sees the police officer, take a U-turn and run away. Exactly the same thing. The environment will be there. The situation all will be there. But Krishna will be there to protect you. Do you get what I'm saying? If you get, please thumbs up. Great. Only 1%. Okay. So you all understand, huh? So when a person simply, when a person simply surrenders to Krishna, right? So that's what Krishna says. He attains the peace from the pangs of material misery. You understand? He can be released from the material miserable condition. Oh, great, Krishna Rubini. I'm happy. Exactly. Why I'm telling you this? Because once upon a time I was so crazy behind it. Vastu, Josya, Jodidam. Right? I've been doing a lot of research. Because if you are suffering from Sanishvara, you are encouraged to go and worship Lord Vishnu. Especially they go to Tirupati. Right? There's a song. There's a prayer, Narsimha Stuti. You can go and Google it. You can go to the YouTube and find out. Narsimha Stuti. That Narsimha Stuti is a song that's sung by Lord Sani. Lord Sanishvara went and sang this Narsimha Stuti to please Lord Narasinghadev. He sang that song. After he sang, Lord Narasingha became so pleased with him. And after that, Lord Narasingha says, please ask for a boon. Varam kelu. Enakku enna varam venum kelu. Told Lord Sani, ask for a boon. What you want, I will fulfill it. But Lord Sani humbly will say, my dear Lord Narasinghadev, always keep me in the service at your lotus feet. The only thing I want devotion of you. Nothing else I want. Well, then Lord Narasinghadev says, well, I will fulfill that. But now let me tell you something else. Those people who are suffering because of Sadasani, which is 7.5 years, or any of the malefic reaction from Sani, like Janma Sani, Sani Dasabuti, Ashtama Sani, whatever situation that they are going through, because of your influence, when they sing with devotion, this Narasingha Stuti, they shall be relieved. Again, they shall be relieved from the ill effect of you. Can you imagine? When you simply sing Narasingha Stuti, all right, all that ill effect will be removed. All right. So when you go and chant the name of Narasingha, 1000 names of Narasingha, Om Narasinghaya Namaha, Om Lakshmi Narasinghaya Namaha, and all these things Narasingha you pray. That 1000 names of Narasingha is equal to one name of Rama. When you sing one name of Rama, is equivalent to 1000 names of Vishnu. When you sing the name of Rama 3 times, Rama, Rama, Rama is equivalent to one name of Krishna. So when you utter the word Krishna, you have equal to say Rama 3 times, or you have chanted 3000 names of Vishnu. When you chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, there are 4 names of Krishna there, and there's 4 names of Rama there. So that means total, so 4 names of Krishna is equivalent to 12 names of Rama. That means 4 times 3, okay, 12. Plus there's another 4 Rama, there's 16 names of Rama. So in one Maha Mantra, you are chanting 16,000 names of Vishnu. Can you imagine? 16,000 names of Vishnu. 1000 name, we call it as Sahasra Namam. Sahasra means 1000. Nama means name. In English, we call name. In Malay also, we call Nama, right? Apa yumya Nama. Nama means name. So 1000 names of Vishnu equivalent to one name of Rama. When you chant the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, is equivalent to 16,000 names of Vishnu. When you chant the Maha Mantra, you see that you are protected by the divine nature. So like that, you chant 108 times. Imagine how many thousands of names of Vishnu there. Like that, you chant 16 times. 16 rounds. One round is 108. So you do 16 times. Imagine how many 100,000s of names of Vishnu you chant on a daily basis. Right? So that's the thing. Okay? That's a question. Hare Krishna Prabhu, is that our Prarabdha karma from understanding is already fixed, will change for the... Yes, definitely. Prarabdha karma will be destroyed. Do you know that every day you're sitting here listening to Bhagavad Gita, your Prarabdha karma is getting destroyed? Is getting destroyed over and over and over again. Okay? Later we'll see in chapter 12. Chapter 12, or they'll be talking about how the Prarabdha karma will be destroyed. Okay? Yes, it is. So chant Hare Krishna daily and read Bhagavad Gita daily. All right? Now let me summarize the karma yoga and bhakti yoga. What is the difference? All right? Okay, just in time. So karma means activity. Okay? Example I can give you is, you got a potato with you. You have a potato. You want to eat it. So what do? You take the potato, you peel it, you peel the potato, you cut it, you fry, and then you eat. That's karma. Karma means what? Activity. Right? That is activity. Number 2, karma yoga. What is karma yoga means? This karma means activity. Yoga means you linking to God. All right? So how we can understand? You want to eat potato. The same scenario. You take the potato, you peel the potato, you cut the potato, then you fry the potato. But after that, you offer it to Krishna and eat it as prasadam. That is karma yoga. Then now what is bhakti yoga means? Bhakti yoga means what? You still, but now the environment is different, where you want to please Krishna. You think, okay, how can I please Krishna today? What can I do for him? Then you see that you got a potato with you. Your first intention to please the Krishna. Then you see you got a potato. What do? You take the potato, you peel the potato, you cut it, you fry it, then you offer it to Krishna, then you eat it. That is called bhakti yoga. You see the difference? Karma means you want to eat it, you just take it, cook and eat yourself. Second, karma yoga means you want to eat certain food, you just cook and offer it to Krishna. Bhakti yoga means you want to please the Lord. Then you want to please the Lord. Then you see you got a potato with you, you cut and offer to Krishna. Right? Example, now you want to go to, I give you another example. You are going to the shopping center. You see a mango. Wow, looks so nice. You take the mango, you just eat it. You buy the mango, eat it. Secondly is, you see the mango, it looks so tasty. Oh, I really want to eat that mango. So you take the mango, you cut the mango, you offer to Krishna, then you eat it. Because you want to eat that mango, but you don't want to be, just eat like directly. You want to offer to Krishna first. Okay. But what is Bhakti Yoga means? Suddenly, you see the mango and suddenly you start to feel, this mango, my Krishna will love this mango. Hey, look at that mango. Krishna will love that mango. So what do? You buy that mango, you cut that mango, you offer it to Krishna, then you enjoy it. All right. So what is the difference? What is the potato, the mango have not changed. The cooking process has not changed. What is the difference here? The consciousness. Only the difference in your consciousness. All right. So with that, we end the session here. Exactly 11 o'clock we have done. So take the RDC formula. This formula really good. Read Bhagavad Gita daily. Study the book. Distribute Bhagavad Gita, because you must understand the Bhagavad Gita is Krishna himself, and Bhagavad Gita, and whoever that got a Bhagavad Gita with them, they start to see huge difference with them. Of course, when you go through the class, you understand. Just by having a Bhagavad Gita is very powerful. Okay. And the most important is chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. So take the RDC formula. Read, distribute, and chant. And you start to see your life will be transformed into a fantastic, beautiful life. The life that you can never imagine. All right. So with that, we end the session here. So we open for questions. Is there any questions or any comment? Siling Mataji, you're so quiet today. She there?
Yeah, Prabhu, I'm here. I'm listening. Yeah, absorbing the knowledge.
Absorbing. Right,
Yeah.
right.
Thank you.
Because I'll be always excited when you ask questions. That's why I was wondering, hey, how come no? I mean, Siling Mataji is not answering.
Okay, for the wise here.
But does it make sense, right, Mataji? Siling? Yes?
Yeah,
Does it?
yeah.
what-
Just one thing about the karma
Yes.
yoga, bhakti yoga. The difference between the karma yoga and bhakti yoga is there is a little contradict to what you have discussed today. What you
Like?
discussed yesterday. Yeah, you said if let's say I'm doing my work and doing the work itself is not bhakti, but the fruit of the work, if it is sacrifice for Krishna, that is considered a bhakti. But
Yes.
today, if let's say I have the intention of serving my work as a bhakti, just like the potato, I have potatoes with me, and I want to take the potato as a service. So doesn't that actually a bhakti yoga as well? The intention, will the intention actually count?
See, the intention is there, of course, because you are the three difference here is actually we are talking about karma yoga. Karma yoga action in Krishna conscious. What you're doing is you're offering that all the result of your job to Krishna is called karma yoga. You're linking yourself with Krishna. It is also a form of a bhakti. But the pure form of bhakti is when you go to temple and you serve Krishna, that is a pure form of bhakti. But when you offer your result of your job is karma yoga is also another form of bhakti. The example of potato is you have the intention to eat potato, but you are offering to Krishna and you're eating it. That's called karma yoga. That is a form of bhakti. But the real bhakti is when you want to please Krishna, but you have a potato, then you're offering to Krishna. You got it, Mataji?
Yeah, so that is a shift of the intention, actually.
Exactly.
So the potato is still there.
Exactly.
Whether when I'm doing my karma yoga and my or bhakti yoga, the potato is there, right?
Correct.
It means that I have the intention first. The pure of the pure intention will decide or will decide the path of my
Okay.
service. The result.
Yes. You have asked a nice question. Okay, example. When we first start doing things, we start doing things with karma. That means doing without expectation. Karma yoga. Right? So once we start to practice karma yoga, all right, eventually the bhakti will sprout. For a start, for a beginning, we all have to start through this. Yes or not? Because straight to go into bhakti yoga is something which is, unless you have been continuing from the previous birth or sometimes when you're born into a devotee family, is different. But now the intention, first we start to intend. Okay, now I offer my work to Krishna, which is totally like, which is like that doesn't make sense, right? Maybe I'm working something else, but the result I offer to Krishna. Okay, then after that,
I not really agree with that, because in any, like when you are a speaker, right? So when you are performing or when you are doing your work as a speaker, you can actually talk about how to earn a lot of money.
Yes.
Or how to get rich. Okay, but you choose to speak about Gita. So that is the intention of shift of intention, right? From being a speaker teaching people how to get rich. Now you are speaking on Gita. So in other people's work also the same. Okay.
Yes.
So we have actually many choices in doing our work. So
correct.
We may do it this way. You may do it that way. So when I have a shift of intention, I'll do it according to my intention. Okay. That's
okay. You have made me realize something which I've never realized it. All right. Example. Formerly, I was a speaker. I was a motivational speaker, inspirational speaker, and I've been encouraging many people. But the result of it, of course, I use it for Krishna. In my class, usually I give Bhagavad Gita as a gift, as a dog gift. Whoever comes for my training, I give them a Gita. But as you go on doing your karma yoga, that means that's a karma yoga, okay? Yes or not, Mataji? That's karma yoga. That means the result I offer to Krishna. But prolonged practice of this karma yoga, what happened? It turns into bhakti. So what I did, I stopped doing that. Now I'm doing that same intention, same way of, my natural ability to present things. Now I'm using it for Krishna 100%.
right.
So what is that understanding is, your karma yoga, whatever performing that you do, it will somehow or other purify you, that you will come into bhakti. You got it, Mataji?
Okay.
But of course, I'm not such a great person. I still do my speak here and there, but not 100% now. But suddenly, this is an example I'm giving. The intention is Krishna, but the performance is for survival. Yes or not?
Correct.
Yes. So when you do that, so when you'll be looking forward for Sunday. Every Sunday, you like to go to temple and go for the Sunday feast, and you start to serve the Lord. But eventually, as we get older and older and older, your intention will become more intensified. It is not something, that's why we call bhakti as a gradual process. It is not today you start, tomorrow you become a bhakti. You can be a this thing. No, it takes a gradual process. right? We gradually practice all our life. When the time comes when we are retired from active life, when our children are grown up, so that's when you can engage in the full devotional service. It's not something that you can do it now or tomorrow. It's a gradual process. So while gradually you're progressing, you are engaging it step by step. That means engaging your mind, engaging your senses, and engaging through your job that you do, everything.
So if let's say today you are alive, tomorrow you die. I mean, I'm saying me. Okay. So let's say today I'm sorry. I should actually say, okay, if let's say today, okay, tomorrow I'm not here anymore. Okay. So the intention has to be counted as 100% already. Right?
Yes.
Okay. The intention that on how you're doing, how you strive to be the 100% is the 100%.
Okay.
Yeah.
So can anyone help Mataji with the verse that we spoke the day? Can anyone recall? Let me see. Okay, what Krishna says is say if I were to die before I achieve the pure devotional service, what will happen?
You start
Anyone?
from here.
No.
Right.
Wait. But those who envy, yeah. See my memories. Okay, so okay, because I want to get the right actual word. Because I can paraphrase, but okay. Anyway, I can't. Okay. Anyway, it says Krishna says, "There's no loss or diminution, in your effort in this bhakti, right? Say if I were to die today, I have not achieved my perfection. I'm just trying my best. I'm still struggling with my japa. I'm still struggling with my sadhana and everything. So if I were to die now, I will continue from where I stopped in next birth. So there's no loss or diminution. Okay. I give you a good example. Like when I see Vanita Mataji, I remember this. When I first started the class on 2021, February the 1st. Okay, I still remember the day, February 1st, we did the first class. And when I did the first class, all right, the first day, chapter 1, Vanita Mataji's friend. Are you there, Vanita Mataji? She's a teacher. She's a teacher. And she joined the first class. And on the 2nd February, that means after the first day of that Gita Gyan, the first chapter after I spoke, she was so excited. She was so excited. And I think she was talking to Vanita Mataji. Say, oh, I'm very happy. I can't wait for the next day class. Okay, Vanita Mataji, are you there to support my statement?
Yes, Prabhu, I'm here. Hare Krishna.
So, Hare Krishna. So she was like so excited, right? A friend was so excited. She said, no, I can't wait for tomorrow. The whole day, it looks like just chapter 1, And I was wondering what actually I spoke. In chapter 1, it's just like setting the scene. But she was so happy and her mind is fully absorbed in chapter 1. All right. And that night she had a sleep in a bathroom. She fell, hit her head and died on the spot.
Oh.
So what happened to her? What do you think? Let's, of course, we cannot speculate where she went and what this thing. But according to the Shastra, according to they call it the Gita Mahatmya by Lord Shiva from Padma Purana, it says, when a person who dies, they can just meditate on Gita. They just don't understand about Gita. Example, they don't understand. They read Bhagavad Gita, they don't understand. But when the intention, just by uttering the word Gita and the intention alone will liberate you. And that's what that happened, real life experience on February 2nd. She left the body on a February 1st night. So February 2nd, I mean, consider February 2nd, early in the morning, she passed away after sleeping in the bathroom. But of course, Vanita Mataji told that the way the funeral was like went on so in a very different mood. So anyway, what I'm trying to tell you here is even the intention, okay, where before the execution, the intention is very important. Right? Even that intention will purify you. The intention will take you to the next level of. Okay, Mataji. Thank you for reminding me about this. Reminding about this, Vanita. And that's incident. After that, Mataji.
Gambar boleh tangkap.
So after that situation, that Gita Gyan really took off. Myself and all the students, I mean, those who joined during 2021, February the 1st, it became such a big sensation that everyone's so excited. The thing that happened, even though it was a sad situation, but it was very uplifting. Yes or not, Vanita Mataji?
Yes, Prabhu, especially for those who want to elevate.
Yes. Okay. Very nice question, Mataji, Siling Mataji. That's why I was just waiting for you to answer. Anyone else? Got any question?
Thank you, Prabhu.
Okay, it's already. Okay, thank you so much. It's already 11:17. Thank you so much for your wonderful time. Tomorrow we're going to continue on chapter 6. So the chapter 6, the topic is going to be what? Dhyana Yoga. Okay, so today we have spoke about Karma Yoga, action in Krishna consciousness, because Arjuna doesn't want to fight. He wants to become, he wants to renounce. So Krishna says renunciation is not a good idea, but engage your duty, offer the sacrifice, it's the best. Then of course Arjuna also said, I want to go to the forest and meditate. I want to be a yogi. Let them keep the kingdom. All right. If you think like this, you don't want them to kill me, at least let me renounce the world. Let me go to the forest. I want to meditate. So Krishna going to explain Dhyana Yoga. What is that meditation is all about? Is it a good idea or not? And how to go on meditation will be spoken tomorrow. Okay. The thing is Astanga Yoga, a mechanical meditative practice, controls the mind and senses and focuses concentration on the Paramatma, the super soul, the form of the Lord situated in the heart. This practice culminates in Samadhi, full consciousness of the Supreme. Okay, so that's the topic that we're going to see the summary tomorrow. So till then, have a beautiful day. Thank you so much for coming and giving me your association, your very valuable association. This give me more inspiration to go on doing this session. Hare Krishna. Vancha kalpaturubhascha kripa sindhu bevacha paditanam pavinebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Hare Krishna. Have a beautiful day.
Please forgive me for any offenses.
No. Please don't say that. No. Please
Yes.
ask question, because you need to open yourself. You need to get rid all the doubt.
Okay.
And I love people asking questions. I know that some people don't like it. Why this person asking so much of question? Sometimes they mute it. They don't allow people to unmute themselves. I'm not like that.
Right.
You must ask question, because you know why, Mataji? When you ask, I am remembering what I've learned. I'm practicing. Okay, even though I'm getting very forgetful, but please don't feel bad. Ask any question you want. Anything that you have doubt, please feel free to ask. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, everyone. Good day. Bye.
Hari